TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today of weak men. I came from a communist country that was literally destroyed ourselves, like almost 70% of our own population through communism. And it's kind of sad and upsetting to see people fighting for what looks like to be communism and to not do anything, or have the ability to not do anything and still get all the things you want, which is ridiculous to me. So let's please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to the chow. It's fucking chow time.
Our first daily cancellation of the week revisits a theme that we have become familiar with in this segment. Another video has gone viral of a young person, appears to be Gen Z, bitterly lamenting the fact that he's expected to work. In fact, he says that this expectation is sick and twisted, quote unquote. Here he is.
It's sick and twisted that I have to work just to survive, just to live my life for basic ass necessities. Like, I don't want to work until the day I die just to eat and sleep. Basic human necessities, it shouldn't be controversial. Free housing, free healthcare shouldn't be a pipe dream. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you should be doing this or that. No. Like, what if I don't want to be rich? What if I want to achieve I still have to work till the day I die just to live? Just to survive? People give up their entire lives just to retire at the ripe age of 60 whatever. For what? To get paid dirt? Even then, people destroy their bodies physically and mentally just to feed into a capitalistic system that does not give a shit about you. Like, God didn't make me the smartest angel, but I know that shit needs to change. And I don't want to be told that I'm ungrateful, that I should be happy to have a job where it's taking up 40 hours of my week. You know, I want to spend time with my family. I want to do that is fulfilling to me. But all that like requires so much privilege, it requires so much wealth, and it's just messed up.
40 hours of my week. People that complain about a 40-hour week job, they blow my mind.
God.
You know how lucky you are.
I feel like what he's talking about is privilege. To be able to speak on what he's talking about is such privilege. When I came to this country, I was 5. My parents got a donut shop. I went to the donut shop every day. Even when I went to school, because my parents didn't have someone to take care of me. I worked at the donut shop ever since I was a kid. Almost every day. I went to the donut shop 3 in the morning when I was in high school, and then had high school at 7 in the morning, and then played tennis until like 8 o'clock and rinse and repeat. And then on my weekends, I worked all weekend. I don't get the issue. Like, to get what you want and that lifestyle that person wants requires a tremendous amount of hard work. And one of the only places that allows that to happen is the US. You know? Again, my family came from a war-torn country. We came with nothing. My mom brought her pots and pans, and I still own some of her pot and pans now because I couldn't get rid of them after she passed. It was just too much sentimental value to me. I'm never probably going to use them, but I just have pots and pans of my mom's now. You know, these were the things that they brought back from Cambodia that they cherished so much. And here, people wanting to like have an easy life, they literally want the communist lifestyle, but they don't realize the con of the communist lifestyle. You know, if they don't actually look at North Korea and see, oh, you know, if everybody got the exact same thing, how is it actually going to work out? Right? It's, oh my God. And just to complain about work, 40-hour work weeks. When my parents had the gas station, I worked 20-hour days, 7 days a week for, I think, 3 years straight. We would close at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd reopen back up at 4 in the morning, so I had 2 hours of sleep, and then I'll take a 2-hour nap in between somewhere because our office had a bed in it. So, and I felt like that was not even that much work. A 40-hour work week, people are complaining because people aren't striving to be better. They're just literally doing the bare minimum and thinking that the bare minimum gives them everything they want. This is a very women mentality. Why? Because women don't have to do anything. They can do the bare minimum and still get the life that they want. This guy wants the same type of life that women have. And this is the sad state of men nowadays. Like, you're there to work. Even back in the day when there wasn't society or whatever it is, you still had to hunt to get your food. Nothing is easy to be on your plate unless you're just ultra wealthy. So get the fuck out of here with this privileged mentality.
I know he said, I don't want to be told that I should be grateful. Well, you should be grateful, you brat. You know how lucky you are if you only work 40 hours. That's it? Only 40 hours a week? That's all the time you're working. Think about that. The amount of work, period, that you do in a week is only 40 hours. That is incredible to me. I can't even conceive of only doing 40 hours of work in a week.
It is actually very hard for me to conceive that also. My last job was a regular corporate job. That was probably my only regular corporate job. I still worked 46 to 50 hours a week, most of the weeks. So,
okay, so we have, again, a young man who appears to be well-fed, appears to be living in some kind of comfortable shelter, presumably a house or an apartment, and who is obviously blessed with any number of luxuries like a phone, internet connection. We can assume copious amounts of hair product. He has all of this and yet doesn't believe that work should be a requirement to maintain it. It's sick and twisted that he should have to work just to live, let alone to afford his hair conditioner. Now, as I've often said in response to these kinds of disturbingly common complaints from his generation, about the fact that you have to work is like about the fact that you have to breathe. You might as well make a video whining like, you're telling me I have to breathe every second of the day just to live? Exhale, inhale all the time just to live?
I agree.
What if I don't want to breathe? What if I want to live at the bottom of the ocean like a starfish? Why should breathing be a requirement? This is sick and twisted. In a certain way, you'd be kind of right. It is unfortunate that we have to breathe. We have to eat, we have to sleep. All of these are chores that we are compelled to complete every day, or in some cases every second of the day. It'd be a lot easier if we didn't have to do any of that. It'd be easier if we could exist as immortal, indestructible supermen who need nothing and want nothing and can do anything without expending any energy at all. That would be nice. But that is not how things are.
Nope.
Or will ever be. Nope. You can complain about it, but those complaints and 20 cents still won't even buy you a bottle of water, especially with inflation.
This is why I think a lot of red pill and the manosphere stuff, I feel that it seems like it's a lot of complaint, or a lot of people feel like it's just us complaining. One, I do feel that way. I see some whining about, women are this, women are that, and yeah, but I don't think women are the issue. It's what society's pushing weak men like this and training our women's to be like. This is why I want to help women, educate women, and help them understand what's going on. Like, for us to just give up and say, let them to their own devices, society's going to crumble. I'd rather try my best to help women out, help weak men out, so society doesn't crumble, even if I don't do so well.
Now, our friend with the hair says that working should not be a necessity. He says that there should be universal housing and universal health care. We should be given all the food that we need to eat.
Who's paying all this?
All right, so who exactly is building the houses that we are living in? Who is cultivating the food? Who's providing the medical care? You could say, well, the government will do it. But the government is not a genie that can make things materialize out of thin air. The government can only hire, or more likely conscript, other people to build the homes and harvest the food and so on.
Yep.
What this means, as I'm constantly having to remind the younger generation and my own generation, is that no matter what happens, no matter what system is in place, someone, lots of people, have to work in order to keep all of society afloat and all of the many mouths, including your own, fed.
Correct.
People have to work. There is no way around it.
This reminds me of the Simpson episode with Bart and like where can't somebody else do it? Or it wasn't me, where just everybody was just so lazy about their work. I just did whatever they wanted. And the guys that were building the bleachers just did a horrible job because they're like, yeah, it's whatever. That's how society will be. If nobody cared about their actual profession, nobody cared about their actual work, nobody cared about work itself. People would just, everything would just start crumbling right away. That was a good episode to depict this.
Our system doesn't demand it. Capitalism doesn't demand it. Life demands it. What you are demanding is not that you get to drop out of the system, but that you be granted the privilege of benefiting from it without contributing to it.
Correct.
You want others to work for you in exchange for you doing nothing. You want slaves is what you want. That's what you want. You have all the moral credibility of a plantation owner in the 1840s. You have
Correct.
less moral credibility, in fact, because even those plantation owners personally did more work than what you're willing to do, apparently. So you want to do literally nothing and have everyone else do everything. But what you can't explain, either morally or economically or logistically, is why any of the rest of us should submit to that system. Why should we agree to that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're sitting there saying, hey, I have a proposal. Here it is. I'll do nothing at all, and you guys will take care of me and do all the work. And in exchange, I will contribute absolutely nothing of value to the world.
Definitely sounds like communism and the people that run communism.
So you'll keep me alive and comfortable, and you'll do everything for me, and I will do absolutely nothing to help you or to make your life any better. How's that sound?
Sounds like
Well, it
North
sounds
Korea.
like the easiest deal in the world to turn down. It sounds like you're a parasite, and you should be thrown out onto the street, and you should be forced to contribute to your own survival or die. That's what should happen. That should happen like this kid, not even a kid, a grown adult. Today, he should be thrown out. I'm assuming his parents probably take care of him. Throw him out on the street and say, you're done. This is for your own good. Figure out how to survive. That's what it sounds like. That's what you need. It sounds like life.
Such ridiculous, Chow. I mean, to just complain about having to work and support yourself. Again, I think it's such a women mentality. So many weak men now just think they deserve or equal to women to where they don't have to do anything and do what women can do. This is not how society works. Men are here to work and build and take care and maintain. This is what men are built for. This is what we have to do in society to keep society running. It is what it is. For you to complain and bitch about it, it's right for people to be chastising you and, to bully you, in my opinion, because you're just too weak to even live society. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.